My name is Matthew, and this is my learning summary video essay. So in this class, I learn in general more about who I am as a person in greater relation to the media I consume on a daily basis. My learnings from this course is best encapsulated in the research project I had to do for this class. The project does not necessarily reveal anything about class relations, media power, inequality, democracy, human rights, social justice, environmental conditions, race and gender issues, and ideology. Rather, my research project is simply a product or a symptom of such topics and how such topics have influenced my life, my perception of life, my consciousness, and the people around me. For example, I have a much greater understanding of my media consumption habits. I learned that the patterns of my phone usage show that I tend to use my phone a lot more at night, which I find not that surprising, for that is when I have the most free time, for I'm in class during the majority of the day. Whether this indicates that I am in a worse emotional state during the night, which makes me tend to use my phone and especially consume social media, I cannot say, but I do not think I can make a clear assumption. It made me think about whether I am in control of my smartphone use, as I am not conscious of my phone having that big of an impact on my daily life in terms of eating away at time. Think about how most of the time when I use my phone is when I want to or feel like, and most of the time when I use my phone, it doesn't make me feel good or bad. Learning the patterns of my media habits has made me more conscious of how I use and consume social media in general, and whether it's positive or negative for my life. Another particular revelation of my project is the realization that there are multiple ways in which things in your life can define you. We are not autonomous or sovereign, as many things that we are conscious of in our life and even unconscious of have molded us into who we are today, no matter the extent. So, how do we reclaim our identity back? How do we reclaim our names? Because there are people who have given us names that we have not asked for. I learned a lot about the nature of identity and how it's very much shaped by outside factors that are typically out of our control. I also learned the meaning of progress and the multiple ways in which we have defined progress and how that definition has changed over time. Progress was first mostly defined through religion and then replaced with reason. We first worship religion, and now we worship reason, and this is where it had led to the world today. The world we live in has built on reason and faith, and whether or not we want to believe it or not. Finally, the last thing I learned was the omnipresent forces in society that affect our behavior, specifically the male gaze, which I learned is the perspective of a notionally typical heterosexual man with a tendency to objectify or sexualize women, and the vast, intricate, ubiquitous power systems of domination that manage everything people do and know. Our agency reproduces capitalism and brutal domination, and power creates certain types of knowledge and represses alternative knowledge and ways of knowing. There are many things outside of one's peripheral world that is present in society that one is unaware of, but is very influential in one's life. That's it.